Everyone has a story to tell. They're just looking for someone who wants to hear it. We assume no one wants to listen, and because we already know our own story so well, it gets a little boring to our own ears. We start to believe that our life experiences are pretty much the same as everyone else's, that our stories aren't worth sharing, that they're not interesting. But they are, and it's my goal to prove it to you. My name is Chris Beatty, and these are interesting people. Today's guest is retired journalist, Wahoo, Nebraska historian, and not my real uncle, Uncle Bob Copperstone. All right, you ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so the idea behind this podcast is to convince people that they're interesting. Do you need to be convinced that you're interesting? I feel like you probably already know that. What makes you interesting?
Oh, hell, I earned it
How'd you earn it?
by being interesting for so long.
Okay. When did you first start being interesting?
I never stopped.
You were born that way?
I'm born that way.
All right. So you're born in Wahoo,
Yeah,
right?
Isn't everybody? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I was wrong.
Everybody that matters, huh?
That's true.
So all right, so here's the list. I made a list of things that I knew about you. So you're born in Wahoo. You helped run the family-owned Wigwam Cafe as a kid. At some point, you moved to California, and you became a newspaper reporter. You're married at some point, I think. You don't really talk about it to me. And then at some point you drove a truck cross-country picking up antiques. You told me that once. And then you moved back to Wahoo to retire. Was that about right?
That's about right.
Okay. Why did you decide to become a reporter then?
Ever since I was in high school, I was a bad student. Mediocre D's and C's. And I thought, well, at one of the classes, a civics class, the teacher asked us what we want to do when we get elderly. And I thought, well, I want to be a reporter. Oh, it goes back quite a way.
Did you know any reporters? Why'd you want to be a reporter? Why'd you tell her you wanted to be one?
Well, wasn't Clark Kent a reporter?
So you saw a little Superman in yourself?
Probably. At least a close friend. Anyhow, I started when I went to California, or before I went to California, I worked at the Bellevue Press right after graduation. And I had that in front of me, and I worked in a print shop, a newspaper print shop here in Wahoo and in Bellevue. And in Bellevue, they let me interview a guy who lived in a trailer court and had 1,000 tropical fish in it, and then their name was Trout. And so I made a little story out of that, and they printed it on the front page. Since I was working on the press, the big cylinder press that printed the paper, I was able to print my first byline. I both wrote it and printed it, and I still have that. Anyhow, I started with the newspapers there. Then I went to California after a year in Bellevue. Drove to, I had gotten a Triumph TR3 sports car, an English sports car, and I drove that to California. I mailed the passenger seat ahead of time, and put all my belongings on that spot, and I drove to California. Got a job at a print shop there. While I was looking for work, I didn't know how to type. And I asked the managing editor of the paper that I wanted to work at. He says, fill this out. And I said, can I write? Can I fill it out with a written one? And he said, yeah. But of course, I didn't get that job.
When did you, what made you want to go to California? Why didn't you just get a job closer to Nebraska?
Well, I did work as a printer's devil at the Wahoo newspaper in the print shop when I was still in high school. Anyhow, when I worked in Bellevue, I lived in a flop house on 13th Street in Omaha, and I had my tier 3 then, I spent one winter in Omaha driving through that little sports car, trying to drive that through the snow. This ain't for me. California calls. I took off between snowstorms. I drove as far south as I could to get out of that blizzard, and carried it all the way to California.
In your sports car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a job then, or you just decided to get out of the winter?
I stayed with my aunt and uncle. They lived there since the 40s, and that was my shelter.
Did you get a job after you moved, or did you have a job lined up already?
No, I went job searching. Ended up at a print shop in San Gabriel that printed wedding invitations and so forth, and that carried me through for about a year. And I decided I wasn't making it at that print shop. I wasn't making enough money. So I quit there and decided my cousins were fuller brushmen, and I became a fuller brushman.
Oh, the door-to-door salesman?
Door-to-door
selling
yes.
brushes?
Selling brushes.
Yeah. Were you good at it?
Well, I went from door to door. I was too shy to meet people. I'd go door to door. I said, "Nobody home, I hope."
You'd mutter that to yourself?
I muttered that, and then I plowed on through. And if I got somebody's attention, I just held them there practically grabbed them by the collar and told them to listen to what I have to say. And I didn't do well at all. So I drove back to Wahoo.
What was your pitch to sell fuller brushes?
They last for a good long time.
Did they?
Whatever they're looking at, that'll last for a good long time. Somehow I thought that would be magic, but it didn't work. So I went back to Wahoo.
So you're a fuller brush salesman in California. You went back to Wahoo after that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of discouraged. Oh, I was going to go to school.
Okay.
And I did. I went to the University of Nebraska.
Back to Lincoln, went to school.
When I came back from California, I took taking classes by mail.
From California?
No,
or from Wahoo?
Wahoo.
Did you ever actually go to class in Lincoln, or was it all by mail?
Yeah, I did. I took French class about a semester. There was a print shop course.
Okay.
It was in the basement of one of the buildings there. And I really took to the print shop type of work. I did that real well. So I thought, well, I'll quit my job here. My grades were falling real bad at the university. That's when I went to Bellevue. I was doing real well at the print shop there at the university that I thought I'd get a job at doing the same thing and get paid for it. So I worked for the Bellevue Press for about a year and decided I'll go back to California and look for a job. Newspaper job.
All right, so you grew up in Wahoo, you went to California, became a fuller brush salesman, came back, went to school, got a job, took a bunch of classes and got a job in Bellevue, and then you decided to go back to California in order to get a reporting job,
yes,
newspaper job.
And I did. I told the editor there, and I'll work for $1 an hour.
Yeah.
And they hired me and liked it. And
as a reporter?
As a reporter, yeah. I had my own paper, little weekly shopper type of paper. He increased my pace anyway to start with. So
you were making more than $1?
I was making probably $1.50. Who knows?
Nice.
I went to a city council meeting, my first one. That was part of the job. You keep track of what the city is doing. And in Covina, it was a town of about 50,000, something like that. That's small in Los Angeles County. I went there and listened to the little discussions. Went back the next day. Wednesday was press day. And I sat at my desk, and Jim, the managing editor, he said, "Well, Bob, let's have your story." I sat there and I sat there. Noon came and went. Jim finally says, "Bob, where's your story?" I said, "Jim, I don't know what happened." I thought that's the end of Bob.
You don't know
Jim
why?
laughed.
Didn't know what happened with your story, or
No, I didn't know
just-
what happened, so I could write about
oh,
it.
you didn't.
I didn't know how to write it.
Yeah, nothing happened of note at the city council meeting, huh?
Apparently.
Yeah.
No, I knew what happened. I didn't know how to put it to words.
Yeah. Okay.
Jim kind of chuckled, and he got on the phone to the city administrator and said, "Hey, Joe, what happened last night?" And Jim wrote the story for me.
Did he give you credit? Did it say it was written by you?
No.
Okay.
But that was the last time Jim had to write my stories. I went to the library where there were 3 papers covering that story,
Uh-huh.
and I read what they wrote, and got this hang of it, and was able to write my own stories after that.
So you went and you read what other people wrote about the thing
About that same story
that you
I
were
meant.
supposed to cover.
Yes.
Okay.
I read Jim's story, and I figured, well, this is how it's done, and I learned from that.
Okay.
All the time learning how to type.
Yeah.
But it worked.
On a manual typewriter. What was that process? You had a manual typewriter, and then you
turn the copy in to the back shop. They read it. They put it on a line of type, cast the lead type, and put that lead type on a printing press, and print your paper.
So they would line. Is it just one at a time, every letter at a time, or how do they cast it?
No. They read my copy and type it out on the line of type.
There's a separate machine that you type it into?
No, that the linotypist does.
Yeah, a different person does?
Yeah.
Okay.
I turn in the paper to the back shop. I turn in my paper to the back shop, and story to the back shop, and they put it down to type and print it.
So a linotype machine, that was what you learned how to use and what you did in Bellevue, or is that something else?
No, my work stopped there. The reporters don't do the linotype.
But you did when you were in Bellevue. You said you did your own.
No, I typed my own.
Okay.
No,
when you were a typesetter, didn't you say you did that before too? Before it?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No, I never did that. I never had to work the back shop. Never had to print the paper myself as a reporter.
Okay.
Well, it gets a little more complicated because I ran a Ludlow, which Ludlow press, Ludlow typesetter, which printed the fancy type.
Okay.
The larger type that wouldn't fit on a linotype.
So what was your next big story? So were you still covering city council meetings after that?
Yeah, you do everything that you expect a little weekly paper to use. Yeah, and sometimes it's interesting, sometimes it's not.
How long were you at that newspaper?
Actually, the Monrovian Daily News, or Monrovia was another paper in that San Gabriel Valley area, and they hired me as a reporter after that one that had to learn on.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, that was a small daily, and eventually the San Gabriel Valley Daily Tribune, which was nearing 100,000 circulation daily. That was a big paper, and they lifted me out of Monrovia, and next step up was San Gabriel was the Tribune, and I rose to the assistant city editor of that paper, and before I retired.
And that was the last paper you're at.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your duties like at the as the assistant city editor?
They had a staff of about 20, and five photographers, and I was responsible for looking first at the copy that came through those reporters and pass it on to the next editor.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any stories you remember that were some of your favorites?
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Yes, I worked as a reporter for about 5 years. Then I was an editor. Yeah, I had some good stories when I was a editor. When I was a reporter, I had a humorous vein sometimes, and I had my own political writer writer for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Any stick out? What was one that you remember that you thought was good?
I was supposed to go to the hotel where Bobby Kennedy was murdered. I was supposed to go to that in Los Angeles when I was editor of the political editor, but I couldn't make it and missed it. So I missed writing a obituary for that.
Oh, really? Why? Do you remember why you missed it?
I didn't want to go.
Okay.
I didn't want to drive to Los Angeles.
So you found an excuse to get out of it, huh?
Get out of it. Yeah. Foolish me.
So what made you want to go back to Wahoo? Why didn't you stay in California?
My mother was not well, and I was about ready to retire, and so I did that.
Mm-hmm. And you've been living in Wahoo ever since then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, California never was home to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my sister Rochelle and my little sister Janie both moved to California too. Janie died pretty much early in life, bless her heart. But Rochelle is still there to this day, and that's home to her. She raised she got married and raised a family. I got married and got a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and so I never set any roots at that point.
Mm-hmm. I should probably clarify, you're not actually my uncle. So whose uncle are you? Everybody calls you Uncle Bob.
Rochelle and Janie, my sisters, my niece and my two nieces, Kathy and Tina, are Janie's children. Actually, to my neighbors, I'm Uncle Bob.
Yeah? Everybody, even your neighbors call you Uncle Bob?
Some do, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of trips off the tongue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm so damn lovable.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, right.
You might as well be everyone's uncle.
That's true. Why not?
Yeah.
It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. My kids are always, they call you Uncle Bob, and they try to figure out how you're related to them too. And,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Bless their hearts. Yeah, that could be complicated for
Yeah.
a child. I'll tell you. Bless
Yeah.
their hearts.
So why do you write so much about the Wigwam Cafe and your childhood? What is it about that period of life?
Oh, good heavens, what's that like? It's for some reason I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I can remember when I was 5 years old. I was first day of kindergarten, and it just comes to me natural.
Yeah.
It's just I mean, down to the what I was smelling when I first walked outdoors, kind of remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes back. And if I'm not exactly on cue, absolutely correct, there's nobody's going to correct me. So I, I can be Superman's uncle, and nobody would doubt it.
Nobody would doubt if you're Superman's uncle.
That's true.
All right, I won't challenge you on it.
You could bring up figures, and
Yeah,
dates, but it wouldn't help me.
yeah. How much has Wahoo changed since those times? Has it changed a lot or not by much?
Just about what you'd expect. Missing some of the good stuff, God knows. But it weren't all that good. It's everybody lives a life that looks better from a distance.
Yeah,
I'm one of them.
your life looks better from a distance.
It's well, I'm different from what I was, so are my wants and needs.
So you would say Wahoo's changed a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's still got a lot of the same things or a lot different. I mean, you chose to retire and live here the rest of your life, even after seeing the glamour of Hollywood and California. And
Well, I tell you, I miss more than that because I can entertain myself just about anywhere. But more than that, I miss the people.
of Wahoo, or
Yeah.
yeah, what do you like about the people of Wahoo?
Not much.
You want to change your answer then, maybe?
I wonder about that. Actually, life is the further away from it you get, the better and the milder it becomes.
Well, you have anything else you want to? We've been going for about a half hour. That's pretty good. Anything else you feel like any wisdom you want to impart to the world? Any thoughts about?
Oh God, don't follow me.
Don't follow you.
you you can do better. No, Wahoo people have a sense of humor, and I was born with it, and I kept it. And I think I owe it to a lot of the people I grew up with, who treated me mildly and decently. Um, Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
I hope to have a worthwhile lifetime. Sometimes when I wasn't as humane or human as I thought I should be, I forgive myself.
Hmm.
I did the best I could. We all do the best we can, and what they do in Wahoo is pretty damn good.
Hmm.
It's but the damn weather. Curse that weather. Uh,
California's got them beat on that, huh?
oh my yes. I wonder what the heck I'm doing here sometimes when the snow flies. I I always did. Now my dad was the I don't know how I didn't inherit more of his. He was born to be an Eskimo and missed his calling. He nothing was too. I was on the back end. I was a child at the time. I was riding in the back end of his 19 about a 1947 Harley Davidson hill climber motorcycle, and it didn't even have a. It had a little small windshield, on the driver's benefit up front, but his arms were stretched out, bare arms, I might add. And it was wintertime, bare arms, and I says, Dad, are you? I'm freezing back here. Aren't you cold? And he said, No, 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 I'm not cold. I said, But you got to be. Your arms are out there in the wind. He said, No, no, feel them. Warm as toast. In the wind, in the wintertime. Bless his heart.
So you didn't inherit that from him.
Didn't I wish I had inherited his Harley.
You wish you inherited his Harley?
Yeah, I wish I had. Later, he had a real knucklehead, full size. And boy, oh, that the hill climber though that I was on the back of, that's a little leather pad, leather stuffed pad on that fender, and that was designed for the hill climber driver, I guess, to sit his butt back there and put the weight on the powered rear wheel. Well, I sat on that. I was about 10 or 11, God knows, and we were going to a hill climber at Morse Bluff. This is in about 1949, I guess, and he had to stop every mile or so on the country road, bumpy country road, so my kidneys would stop aching. I was bawling back there, and we never could make a straight line to it because it was hell on wheels.
There wasn't much of a suspension on it, or
it was a hard tail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. None of that sissy stuff for us.
Yeah.
God knows I wanted it.
Didn't you say he made like a special pad just for you to sit on that bike?
No, that's what that hill climber did. That was its purpose.
Okay.
To climb a hill climber.
Yeah.
They had contests at Morse Bluff in this case, and they'd all try to get up to the top of the hill without falling on their tail. It was a contest.
Yeah, I thought you told the story once that your dad had a special seat that you sat on the back of his.
No, that was the seat I was talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
That was not meant for passengers.
Okay.
But it was designed for it.
Okay.
Actually, Dad had bought that hill climber from my cousin, my elder cousin. He dumped it and never got back on it. And they were designed to be fallen upon, and served a purpose well.
Designed to be fallen on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what do you mean?
To be dumped.
Oh, to be dumped. Okay.
Yeah. No, the purpose of the hill climb was to stay on without getting dumped.
Okay.
If you do, you get back on.
Okay. So they're meant to take a lot of abuse then.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were abusive. That's a fact.
When's the last time you were on a motorcycle?
I bought one of my own. I bought a Suzuki when I was in California. We rode that all over California. I loved it.
Well, any parting thoughts or wisdom or anything else?
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, brother, can you spare a dime?
A dime won't get you much anymore.
Hey, baby, make of it what you can.
You need to adjust your phrases for inflation there.
Brother, can you spare a 10 spot?
Yeah, I'll spare you a dime. That's easy.
No, that's not easy. I don't have one.
You could have found some in the center console of my car over lunch.
You did what?
I said I could have given you a whole bunch of dimes out of the center console of my car when we were getting lunch earlier.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
What would you do with the dime if I gave you one?
Probably tighten a screw.
Maybe I ought to get you a screwdriver.
No, this will work fine. Haven't you ever done that?
I mean, I'm sure I have at some point in my life. I usually
No, you
find a
can't. You
screwdriver.
can't use a credit card either.
Okay. Yeah.
I tried that once and it broke.
His credit card broke?
Yeah.
Oh, no. What kind of screws do you need? How many screws do you need tightened?
Well, counting my brain.
Yeah, it seems like you got a few screws loose.
I think your screw is loose. I'm trying.
All right, let's wrap this up. Thanks, Bob. I don't know how to wrap up an interview, but you were the first one. How'd it go?
Well, listen, I wish I could do better, but I was glad to try.
You did great. All right, I'm going to turn this thing off. Interesting People is produced by Chris Beatty in his basement. And today's episode was recorded in Uncle Bob's recliner in his Wahoo, Nebraska living room. If you want to hear more of Uncle Bob's stories, check out the As Told by Uncle Bob podcast episodes from the As Told by CS Beatty podcast universe. Please subscribe and tell all your friends about my interesting friends, and if you have interesting friends, well, let me know so I can talk to them. Signing off from the greatest city on earth, Omaha, Nebraska.